uh, I'm too embarrassed to say that I have a crush on Lin-Manuel.
Maestro, chef, good to see you.
Hello, Lin. What are you drinking?
Una Coca-Cola.
Yes, commercial.
Just cafeína porque ya tomé mi café por el día and I'm trying to ration the coffee.
Coffee, Puerto Rican coffee. Puerto Rican coffee I'm having today.
Oh, well, I'm very proud of you. And speaking of Puerto Rico, we met actually during Hurricane Maria. I remember being struck by how you were getting to places that we hadn't heard from. And then I think I DM'd you and you sent me a message about our friend Erin Schroed, one of your cooks, who was like, you have to call us because she knows all the words to In the Heights.
For me, I still remember the day that you and many others landed in San Juan, bringing hope, bringing a message of love, bringing money. I realized that how every gesture in these situations matter in ways we don't even understand. And all of a sudden, my feeling was like, wow, it looks like we've been friends forever. And Lin sent us this kind of amazing message, kind of his words rapping and making up that song of hope, thanking the men and women of World Central Kitchen. And I can tell you that for me, this was even more important than any money we were receiving from donors, because this gave hope to every single cook, person delivering the food all across the island that was working with us. Long story short, we were able to open almost 26 kitchens. We reached at one moment 150,000 meals a day. We almost delivered 4 million meals. And what I think we did was bringing the same hope that Lin and all his friends brought to the island. We tried to bring it to everybody. So this is what happened, that sometimes every moment of empathy becomes a very powerful weapon.
Well, we became friends with that because we checked in often during that time. And then I think the first time we saw each other was in DC, probably 6 months later, and we had a big bear hug and a lot of drinks at a hotel bar. And we've continued to be friends. Now, let me ask you something. I feel like what's happening right now is sort of the ultimate test of World Central Kitchen, because it's not one hot spot. It's not one natural disaster. It is this thing that has been spread across our country and our world. And I'm kind of watching in awe. How are you able to scale your incredible work?
Just for the record, when we were drinking, we were not really drinking. We were supporting local economies. Okay, when we rum, we're supporting the farmers. But listen, I think Puerto Rico for us, obviously, it wasn't a kitchen. We've been doing this now for more than 12 years. But Puerto Rico, I would say, was like the first time that we went so big so quickly. We saw very quickly that this was going to be a humanitarian crisis, where people are losing their jobs and people have a lot of difficulty to bring food to their families to the table. So right now we are feeding in hundreds of hospitals. We are partnering with hundreds of restaurants across America. So the money that comes from the donors can go to the restaurants, and the restaurants can keep some of their employees paid, and in the same time and doing what they do best, providing meals to elderly, to shelters, to homeless, to hospitals, to police. So we are in more than 36 cities right now in the United States and growing. It's amazing for me to see the local leaders, how important they are.
Here's a question I have. You seem to have more energy, and this is not just true when there is a crisis and you're stepping up and acting, which is often, but I've been on vacation with you. You talk about tomatoes and sea urchins with the same urgency. Y tiene esa energía. What's the engine there, papi?
I'm just good into creating mayhem and bring the urgency of now. When you talk about food and you talk about water, the urgency of now is yesterday, Lin, is yesterday.
I love your videos where you're cooking all inside the time of a Hamilton song. And that's a wide range from King George, which is a 3-minutito little song, to nonstop, which is 8 minutes. It's the more substantive meal. What was the thinking behind that?
This began many years ago when I was in Spain one day, and I had this TV show, and we were running out of time. It was a long day, and everybody was tired. and I still had to do entire recipe. Usually entire recipe will take us 2 hours to film. We had no more time, and we had to finish the show because I had to go on TV 2 days later. I told them, you know one thing? Give me one song. And I think it was the Bolero of Ravel. And I told them, I want all the ingredients in front of me. I want the pan, the ingredients, and we're going to cook in 6 minutes without stops. All the cameras rolling, and in 10 minutes, we're out of here. And everybody went home, everybody enjoyed their families, and actually was one of the best recipes we ever did. So this stayed in my brain, and sometimes I put the song, I put the ingredients, and the challenge is, can I make the dish in the time of the song? And that's where we began, with Hamilton, that my family loved, that I love.
Wow. Well, I mean, whether it's your cooking show in Spain, or the Hamilton videos, or your responses, the running theme is urgency. I mean, what do we look like when the curve is starting to go away and people start to feel safe going outside again? What do you think? And how do you think World Central Kitchen will evolve to sort of go with that?
Well, what we are trying to do is what many people are trying to do: make sure that the government makes the right decisions, not to throw money at the problem, but to invest into solutions. Right now, we see that our farmers, that they are throwing food, garbage, to the fields because they don't have anywhere to sell it. And at the same time, we see that in places across America, it's families that they have a difficulty bringing food to their homes. So this is a problem that actually has a very simple solution. Already Feeding America with the food banks are going to be part of the solution, but we need more. We need to be using all of the sudden stadiums, in baseball fields, in football stadiums as meeting points for those families to make sure that people can drive in, pick up a box of food for a week and go home. People don't want our pity. People want our respect. How you give them respect? Giving them the same opportunity that people like you and me have, going to a more fancy supermarket and shopping what we want for our families. I think we need to weaponize empathy. I think we need to weaponize the good things that brings us together. The America we're going to see is going to be one that is not going to be anymore about if you are right or you are on the left. We're going to see that a virus like this can touch all of us, and that we need shorter walls and longer tables. We need to make sure that these people that understand that they are there to serve the people and empower their communities. If they don't do that, we don't want those leaders. If we only have leaders that they only think at the top, we don't want those leaders. We need to make sure that we have leaders that empower everybody to succeed in this beautiful America and this world we all are part of.
Well, Chef, I can't wait to be in the kitchen with you again.
I'm going to the
have
market.
Our kids to Hamilton and go to the flea market, get some ingredients,
shaking cocktails,
and watch you go to work. That'll be my. Esa es mi esquinita. Yeah, that'll be my corner.
The rhythm. Ta, 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 ta,
yeah.
Ta. I love you, Lynn.
I love you. Thanks for taking the time.